Hi, I am Dr. Kiran Shinde and I am going to talk on role of HRCT to diagnose COVID-19 pneumonia as coronavirus infection is affecting tremendously worldwide. Globally, it is rising to 10 millions and in India, it is past half million, though the death rate is very less in India as compared to other countries. So, early diagnosis is important to prevent further deaths. Goals of this presentation are clinical features, importance of CT scan to diagnose COVID infection, different patterns of COVID pneumonia, comparison of chest X-ray and CT findings, follow-up cases and imaging differential diagnosis. COVID-19 is a viral disease also known as a SARS-CoV-2 or severe acute respiratory distress syndrome. Patients usually presents with a history of fever, cough and breathlessness, but few patients shows abdominal symptoms like diarrhea and few are asymptomatic. Patients comes with a low saturation. Overall mortality rate is approx 2.3%. The severity may vary from mild to critical and in mild cases there will be no symptoms, mild coughing or fever. In severe cases there will be difficulty in breathing, hypoxia and on imaging more than 50% of the lung involvement. In critical cases, there will be respiratory and multi-organ failure. I am going to emphasize the role of CT scan in diagnosing COVID-19 pneumonia as early diagnosis is crucial for disease treatment. CT is more reliable, practical and rapid method to diagnose and assess COVID-19. It has high sensitivity of 98%, while the PCR test is having a lower sensitivity of 65 to 95%, which means that even if the patient is infected, the test can be negative. And another problem is that we have to wait for the result for at least 24 hours, while CT scan we get immediate results. And CT abnormality are usually detected from 3 to 4 days of symptoms and persist till 22 to 24 days from initial symptoms. So even if we do the CT scan in early stages, it may come negative, but after 4 to 5 days, if we repeat the scan, we get positive CT findings. In 55 to 60 percentage of the asymptomatic patients, we get the positive CT findings, while patients with positive PCR can show normal CT chest in 12 to 15 percentage of the patients. Sometimes we get incidental positive CT chest findings when patient comes to us for other studies other than CT chest like abdomen, and we get the positive findings. On the basis of these findings, we can decide whether that patient needs to be quarantined or not. And we get false negative X-ray findings. That means X-ray can be normal in 60 to 75 percentage of the COVID patients. The CT can play a role in triage of patient, that is patient with no COVID infection with possibility or most likely COVID infection to know the severity of the disease. It is useful for the prediction of worsening of the patient, prediction of improvement, and thus it is a problem solver. And to summarize mechanism of coronavirus infection on imaging, first there will be aerosolization of respiratory particles containing virus, inhalation of greatest airflow and settling in of the virus. There will be viral attachment via ACE2 proteins. Next there will be viral replication, pneumocyte destruction. Body copes up with the initiation of repair by leakage of fluid in interlobular spaces, emerging into organizing pneumonia. Uh, in majority of the cases, there will be healing, while minority of the patients will develop diffuse alveolar damage. Coronavirus infection shows different CT patterns, and the typical CT findings are bilateral multifocal ground glass opacities in peripheral subpleural location with posterior predominance. Sometimes they are rounded nodular opacities in up to 50% of the cases. we get crazy paving with interlobular septal thickening. These are in initial stage of the disease. Later we get organizing pneumonia with reverse halo sign or atoll sign, consolidation, and diffuse alveolar damage in ARDS, in which we get diffuse ground glass opacities and consolidation, non-cardiogenic edema, and inflammatory infiltrates. Ground glass opacities, these are increased attenuation of lung but preservation of bronchovascular markings caused by partial filling of air spaces, partial collapse of alveoli, or increased capillary blood flow. While in consolidation, bronchovascular markings are obscured and may associate it with air bronchogram. Like here, this is a picture of ground glass which is showing haziness, and similar haziness we see in the CT scan, through which vessels are seen clearly. While in consolidation, there is obscuration of the vessels completely, and sometimes we get air bronchogram. Ground glass opacity pattern is the most common finding in COVID infection. These are peripheral, subpleural in location, usually multifocal. In the first image, we can see the wedge-shaped hazy opacities through which vessels are seen very clearly. The image below is showing multifocal ground glass opacities. They are ill-defined, and through which a dilated vessel with a widening is seen, which is most common finding in COVID infection. And sometimes in initial stages, we get small nodules, and which are unifocal or unilateral, like the image on the right side of the slide is showing small nodules only in the left side of the lung, and the right lung appears normal. This is a CT image and video of 44-year-old male who had fever for 5 days with progressive coughing and shortness of breath. Saturation at admission was 89. The PCR test was positive for COVID-19. There are widespread ground glass opacities without consolidation, and in the video you can see there are mild architectural distortion in the bilateral lower lobes. You can see the dilatation of vessels within the ground glass opacities. This is the case of 32-year-old male with history of cough and breathlessness. X-ray is showing small patchy opacity in the right lower zone. And rest of the lung fields are normal, while on CT scan of the same patient, there are multifocal peripheral rounded and nodular opacities with posterior predominance. Thus, CT is more sensitive to detect such findings. Sometimes there are thickened inter and intralobular septal lines in combination with ground glass pattern, and it is called crazy paving appearance. It is believed that this pattern is seen in late stages. This is a case of 27-year-old female with history of breathlessness and fever and low saturation of approximately 84. In this image there are diffuse ground glass opacities in the bilateral lower lobes, in the middle lobe and lingula, with interlobular septal thickening, giving the crazy paving appearance. Since this patient's test was positive, the more likely possibility of COVID-19 pneumonia, but other differential diagnosis for such pattern is alveolar proteinosis and organizing pneumonia. This is a case of 30-year-old female with history of cough and breathlessness. In this CT image, you can see the well-defined lesion with peripheral hyperattenuation and central low attenuation in the posterior segment of right lower lobe, anterior segment of left lower lobe, and anterior segment of right upper lobe. The periphery is hyperattenuating, that means there is peripheral consolidation and central ground glass opacity, and it is known as a reverse halo sign, and it is seen commonly in the organizing pneumonia. This is a case of 68-year-old male with history of fever, cough and breathlessness. On admission, O2 saturation was very low and PCR test was not known. The images shows bilateral subpleural ground glass opacities with patchy forming consolidation with evidence of fibrous bands, subpleural bands and mild architectural distortion. In some cases, there is architectural distortion with formation of subpleural bands, and based on CT findings, COVID-19 infection was assumed to be highly likely in a late phase. Similarly, in this case, a case of 36-year-old male with history of breathlessness and fever, there are patchy areas of subpleural ground glass opacities and forming consolidation with mild architectural distortion. But you can say in the bilateral lower lobe, there are areas of traction bronchiectasis, and it is suggestive of late phase COVID infection. This is a case of a 45-year-old female with history of cough fever and very low saturation. There are areas of ground glass opacities in the right middle lobe and lingula, and bilateral lower lobe is showing forming consolidation with areas of air bronchogram. This is another case a 49-year-old male with history of fever, cough, and low saturation of 80. The images shows bilateral areas of ground glass opacities. The ground glass opacities are more pronounced with few fibrotic and subpleural bands. Dilated vessels are seen in the affected area in bilateral lower lobes, and based on these CT findings, COVID-19 infection was assumed to be highly likely in a late phase. This is a case of 46 years old female with history of severe breathlessness. The saturation was very low. On CT scan, there are areas of diffuse and confluent peribronchovascular ground glass opacities in the bilateral lung parenchyma, forming patchy areas of subsegmental consolidations. There were we couldn't do the CT scan also properly due to the breathing artifacts, and the tragedy is that the patient died immediately after CT scan on her way to the hospital. We have few cases with positive CT findings but negative swab test, and one of the case is a case of 59-year-old female with history of fever and non-productive cough. The PCR test was negative. Because of clinical suspicion, a CT was performed which shows patchy areas of ground glass opacities and consolidation in the both lung fields, and 2 days later swab test was done and it was positive for COVID-19. The next category is indeterminate appearance, not highly suspicious based on imaging, but still mildly suspicious. These are absence of typical findings and presence of multifocal, diffuse perihilar or unilateral ground glass opacities with or without consolidation, lacking specific distribution, that is random distribution of opacity, non-rounded or non-peripheral. In this case, we can see the unilateral ground glass opacities seen in the right lower lobe. These are the ill-defined in the perihilar location, not peripheral, and this is not a typical findings. Again, this is ill-defined opacities and without any specific distribution. This is an indeterminate appearance showing peribronchovascular location, unifocal opacity seen only in the right upper lobe. These are the patients who doesn't show any typical findings but show other findings than COVID, but still we can't say that patient won't be having COVID. But these findings are very unlikely to have COVID infection, like lobar consolidation. Cavitations are very unusual in COVID. Atelectasis, lymphadenopathy, pleural effusion, tree in bud appearance, or centrilobular nodules that we get in COX, but there can be coexistent disease and can have overlapping findings. Thus, based on the CT findings, the level of suspicion of COVID-19 infection is graded from very low or CORADS 1 up to very high or CORADS 5, and the severity and stage of the disease is determined. CORADS 1, COVID-19 is highly unlikely, the CT is normal, or there are findings that indicate non-infectious diseases like congestive heart failure, sarcoid, or fibrotic NSIP. CORADS 2, level of suspicion of COVID-19 infection is low. Findings consistent with other infections like typical bronchiolitis with tree-in-bud appearance or bronchitis. CORADS 3. COVID-19 is unsure or indeterminate. CT abnormalities indicating infection but unsure whether the COVID-19 is involved, like widespread bronchopneumonia, lobar pneumonia, septic emboli with ground glass opacities. In CORADS 4, the level of suspicion is high. Mostly these are the suspicious CT findings but not extremely typical, like unilateral ground glass opacities, multifocal consolidations without any other typical findings. Findings are suspicious for COVID infection in underlying pulmonary disease. In CORADS 5, we get multiple ground glass opacities and consolidation, multiple multifocal consolidations or ground glass opacities. While in CORAD 6, we get bilateral ground glass opacities and the patient is positive. Patient's PCR test is positive, and also we get reverse halo sign of organizing pneumonia. These are the two videos just to show the CT study of early and late phase of the COVID disease. Here is the comparison of the chest film with CT scan. In this chest X-ray, we can see some haziness in the right lower lobe, but they are not suspicious for the typical opacities of the ground glass opacities of the COVID. While in CT scan, the right lower lobe is showing ground glass opacities, and thus it is confirmed that there is possibility of viral pneumonia. This is a case of 34-year-old male with history of breathlessness. The chest X-ray looks apparently normal, but on the CT scan of the same patient, there are multiple peripheral subpleural ground glass nodules with posterior predominance, and which qualifies for the early phase of the disease. This is a case of 39-year-old female with cough and mild breathlessness, and again it's a comparison study. On chest X-ray, there are hazy opacities in the bilateral lower lobe, and CT of the same patient is showing bilateral multifocal subpleural ground glass nodules. The CT is sensitive to pick up such early phase ground glass nodules. This is a case of 65-year-old male with history of shortness of breath and fever. On X-ray, there are patchy ill-defined areas in the bilateral lower lobe, and CT of the same patient revealed patchy ill-defined areas of ground glass opacities with areas of fibrosis and architectural distortion, suggestive of late phase of the disease. This is a case of 34-year-old male with history of cough and breathlessness. This is again a typical pattern for COVID. On chest X-ray, there are bilateral patchy opacities in the perihilar region. CT scan of the same patient is showing patchy ground glass opacities and forming consolidations in the bilateral perihilar region with typical bat swing appearance that we get in pulmonary edema, but there is no cardiomegaly and no pleural effusion, and this patient was COVID positive. This is a 3D reconstruction showing multifocal ground glass opacities without consolidation. Many patients of COVID come for follow-up scan and we found some shows worsening and some improvement. I have here few cases to show you. Uh, this is a 39-year-old female with history of breathlessness. On 12th June, that is on day 1, there were small ground glass opacities, peripheral subpleural in location, with few interlobular septal thickening, and we repeated the scan next day as there was increase in the severity of breathlessness, and on 13th June on next day there were increased in the size of opacities as compared to the previous scan. This is a follow-up case of 37-year-old male with the history of breathlessness. Where on day 1, there were areas of subpleural ground glass nodular opacities with posterior predominance in the bilateral upper lobes. On day 3, patient was symptomatically better and he came for CT scan again, and there were significant reduction in the size of the opacity as compared to previous scan. This is a follow-up case of 42-year-old female with the history of cough and breathlessness. On day 1, CT scan was showing patchy ill-defined areas of ground glass opacities with interlobular septal thickening. We repeated the scan on day 5 as patient was feeling symptomatically better. There are areas of ground glass opacities with patchy forming consolidation and areas of fibrosis and subpleural bands, suggestive of late phase of the disease with the healing. This is a follow-up case of 49-year-old female with history of breathlessness and fever. When she came for the first time, her O2 saturation was 92 and her X-ray was pretty normal. But she came again for follow-up after 7 days when her condition is deteriorated and O2 saturation fall down to 74. On X-ray, there were confluent patchy areas of consolidation in bilateral lung parenchyma, and CT on the same day was also showing areas of consolidation and ground glass opacities in the bilateral upper and right lower lobe. But post hospitalization, she became asymptomatic, and she came for the follow-up CT after 14 days. There were significant resolution of the opacities seen that were there before. That means most of the patients show very good prognosis. The most easiest way to estimate is the more the area of lung that is involved or opacified, more likely it is to be severe. If small area of lung is involved, it is a low CT severity, and if the larger portion of the lung is involved, it is high CT severity score. Other imaging differential diagnosis for ground glass opacities are acute symptoms of less than 4 weeks, other viral and atypical bacterial infections like influenza, pulmonary edema, drug reaction, pulmonary hemorrhage, acute lung injury, acute eosinophilic pneumonia, and acute interstitial pneumonia. Chronic symptoms more than 4 weeks. The differential diagnoses are interstitial lung disease, vasculitis, lung adenocarcinoma, focal fibrosis, or alveolar proteinosis.